Hello guys, and welcome back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so snazzy today. I actually got a party to go to, so I'm trying to record this video before I go. But today's topic is basically credit card debt, or should we say just debt in general. I feel like I've been making these videos a lot lately, and it's just fun to make because it really teaches everybody else about mistakes that you shouldn't make, about just being happy with what you got. Without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video, shall we?
I have been financially not doing great. I am a nurse. Even though I am a nurse and I make good money, I don't have money, which is the sad part because of the choices that I've made still currently and the choices that I've made like previously, like from a couple of years. I am in credit card debt, and it's this unhealthy cycle that I have been putting myself into, and this just relationship with money has just never been something that I was talked about. Lifestyle creep is definitely a thing, and especially when you are trying to make a brand for yourself, when you're aspiring to do something that you want to do, and content creation has been something.
You see, that's the thing a lot of parents don't do, especially nowadays. You got to educate your kids on finances, especially when a lot of people tend to buy things that they don't exactly need, all for the sake of trying to make somebody else validate who they are. It kind of just feels like you're going backwards. And I'm lucky in a position where even if my parents didn't really teach me a lot about finances, they taught me a lot about like saving and being able to like save up for something that in case anything happens, rainy days or something. So I never really grew up with the thought of credit cards. Like I said, I wasn't really born here. So credit cards was not really a notion that my parents really instilled in me. But now as a 21-year-old man, it's something that I kind of learned about, and just not credit card in general, but like just debt in general and finances and how to work around your finances. So I get what she's saying. You know, it's not something you grew up with. Nobody really taught you. So it's kind of hard for you to learn if you technically want to have a certain lifestyle, but nobody taught you anything about money.
It's been something I want to do. I've always just wanted to be on camera. I've always just wanted to make a name for myself, whether it be like through content creation, being a YouTuber, being an entrepreneur, like whatever it may be. I always felt like I was meant to do something other than nursing. And so I think for years I have been continuously like, going with the trends and like, buying whatever everyone else buys so that like I can post about it and like, be seen. But then I get caught up with imposter syndrome of not being enough. In order for me to become someone, I guess I was influenced by everyone else around me. So if I bought the next best thing, or if I like looked a certain way by buying these clothes, then I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself, and that turned into like.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing that a lot of people fall into. They kind of want to impress everybody else, and that's the thing that also the reason why a lot of people are broke, and why they're making like six figures, is because they're trying to impress everybody else. They're trying to make everybody else see them as like, oh, I'm making money, I can afford this. But the thing is, even if you can't afford it, do you have money left in your bank account? Because I think it's like 60 to 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 saved up for emergency funds. The rest have some money saved up, but not enough for an actual not for a long run. So that's the problem with lifestyle creep. It's like, it's personally your fault. It's your fault because you always you're trying to impress people that really don't give a fuck about you. Second of all, those people you're trying to impress are probably in the same position you're in, which is they're going into debt to try to look or have this image, or try to uphold this image that they can't retain. When you see people like that, it's really like they probably also going through the same thing you're going through. They are going into debt to have this flashy lifestyle to make them look good. That's the problem with social media. It makes it hard for you to see yourself as for who you are, because you're so focus on the amount of people that you see that are having better lives than you, that are having greater lives than you. Meanwhile, you're over here like, damn, like I could be living that type of lifestyle. You know what? Let me also live that type of lifestyle. But when you live that type of lifestyle and your pay is the same, you're gonna end up in debt because you're trying to uphold this image that you started, and you can't let that shit go because your pride within you is gonna stop you from doing that. So a lot of people, man, I try to tell a lot of people, man, you know, some people don't listen, but that's not really my problem anymore.
I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself, and that turned into like so many like dumb purchases like along the way that I'm like literally paying for now. And don't get me wrong, I have been trying to get myself together when it comes to my finances, because obviously like I have money to pay my bills, I have money to like pay down the minimums on my credit cards, but a lot of the times I don't take into account like, money like for myself and money to, you know, just enjoy life. And most of the time like I'm struggling to even do that. So I think I've reached my breaking point. Enough is enough. Like living paycheck to paycheck, living with like the credit card debt and like the afterpays and everything, like I'm done. Like I'm so done. I want to be financially free. Like I don't want to have to worry about like, you know, if I'm gonna be able to eat.
Honestly, I acknowledge her for accepting that she's the problem and accepting that she needs to also change, and that takes a strong will to do, because a lot of people that put themselves in credit card debt or debt in general, they don't admit that. They don't admit that, oh yeah, this is actually my fault. They're always like, I can still pay this now, I can afford it, but I don't want to. Like same with car loans. Whenever they get like crazy car loans that's like 1,000 plus, they're always like, oh, I can afford it, but I just don't want to keep paying the money every single month. So you can't afford it. You can't afford it, but you don't want to admit to yourself that you can't afford it. So you keep making up this lie to make yourself feel good, and then you keep going into debt. You keep going into debt. I like this green on me though. I'm gonna lie, it's just flashy. Anyways, yeah, you keep like dead ass. You keep going into debt. So, I've said it before in this channel. I got a car, which is a 2016 Mazda 6. I got it financed because when I had my old car, let's just say it was so bad that I actually could not have it on the road. Like it was actually terrible. I managed to drive it for like 2 years, but during those 2 years I didn't save a dime. Or I did save, and every time I saved, money kept slipping out my pockets. So at some point, when I did get a better paying job this year, I was like, okay, let me just try to get a new car. I saved up like some money, but it wasn't enough for like a good car or like a decent car. So I was like, you know what, let me finance it. I'll finance it for max is going to be 3 years less, honestly, because I plan on paying it off, and I don't plan on having like a crazy car payment. Like I said before, my car payment is like $250, and I have like $6,000 left on it. So having $20,000 on a credit card debt, that would literally like send me into a spiral. I just give up on life at that point. So also, like, I do have a credit card, and my limit is $1,000 because I don't feel the need to have so much, like a big ass limit, because how the fuck am I gonna pay it off? I'm not like some rich person that just has money coming in every time whenever they want it, and they can just put it into their credit card. No, you get paid bi-weekly. So having that much in limits for credit card, it just feels like it's stupid, because you're literally borrowing money from the government, and if you don't pay it back, they're on your ass. They're gonna come after you. Okay, and I only owe like $500 on it, on the $1,000 limit. So that still eats me up, because I honestly don't like the idea of owing money. But if it's things that you need to buy, things that you need to do, yeah, that's fine. But owing $20,000 in credit card debt is not something logical that I would do. But I'm happy that she's owning up to it, because it takes video. No crazy shit, but you gotta have some balls to admit that this is all your fault.
Just don't want to be in this cycle anymore, because it's like I want to travel, I want to buy a house, I want to get married, like all of these things. Like it's just like it's not possible until I take this step of paying off my debt, and not just paying off my debt, but like being financially literate and just understanding you can't always have your wants. You have to prioritize like your needs, and sometimes like I rationalize like my needs, my wants, to make them seem like their needs, and I just need to get out of this toxic like mindset. Like, it sucks. And I'm not making this an excuse, but I guess like impulsivity and like shopping addiction is part of ADHD, and sometimes I hate it. Like, sometimes I like get mad at myself for having this ADHD and is the reason why I'm in this situation. But at the same time, it's like I need to remember, what can I do now to just like get myself out of this hole.
Yeah, that's true. Impulsivity, especially in young adults or like people, it's something that you just have to learn how to control, or like learn. Because not gonna lie, yes, I also get impulsive in my spending sometimes, but I'm trying to learn. Like I said, my car was an impulse thing because I went there that same day and I was like, okay, you know what, fuck it, let me just get that car. I could have just went to a different dealership, or I could have just waited like a few more months to save up and then just keep driving that my old car till it like completely shuts down. But I was too impulsive, and I made a decision that even if I know that I'll be able to pay it off at some point, it's still stuck with me because it wasn't supposed to be done that day. I wasn't supposed to buy it at all that day. So I understand what she's saying. I don't know about the ADHD part because, yeah, some people use it as an excuse. I'm happy she's not trying to use it as an excuse. She's just saying like, it just sucks, which is true. Like, it's some things that you really, even if people say it's in your control, it's never really like easy to do it, and especially when you've been having that lifestyle, it's like, oh, whatever you see, you gotta buy it just to make everybody else feel like, oh, you getting money. Like I'm saying, you're having it. I really do feel bad for her, because this isn't debt in America. It's like one of the things that's a big driving force in the country. The average American is in debt. Average person in America is in debt. Okay, be it cars, student loans, houses, credit cards. You don't even have to be the type of person to want to uphold like a crazy lifestyle. It can just be circumstances that you need to do, like even like hospital bills. If your insurance doesn't cover something and you like it's a life-threatening condition you have and you need surgery, if you pay for it out of pocket, like you go into debt for it, that's also something that you literally can't control. So a lot of people have debt.
So the reason I'm crying on the internet is to show people that like seriously, like do not like, I understand that, I'm trying to be an influencer, I'm trying to be a content creator, and that goes with like promoting products, but like literally live within your means and only buy like if you have the money for it. Stop Klarnaing, stop affirming, stop afterpaying, like stop just swiping the credit card, because like, yeah, it may be fun like in the moment, but literally you will regret it if that stuff like just racks up and it's like years down the line and you're still paying for that purse that you bought like 4 years ago. Life is too freaking short for us to be paying money on stuff that we bought like a couple years ago. Life is too short for us to be paying for materialistic things. Instead, we should be paying for experiences, for like adventures and whatever it may be, like for new life like chapters. And I don't know, buying the next best thing is not worth your mental health. Buying the next best thing is not worth the emotional and financial burden that you're going to experience if you can't pay it off right away.
Honestly, she cooked on that one, because it's the same thing with like the new iPhones. You don't need them. You really don't need the new iPhones. They're the same phones, just in different names. So that's what a lot of people do. Like they see the new iPhone, they buy the new iPhone, but they don't know that it's the same specs. We just had 3 cameras 2 phones ago, and now we're back to 2. It's the same shit. It's the same things that they produce, because consumerism now is a really big driving force in companies. especially because they know that a lot of people will want to buy the new stuff. They want to buy the new things that's on the market because, you know, they want to look good. They want to feel good. Sorry, got a big ass pimple right here. They don't understand that your needs are much more important than your wants. A phone should not be $1,200, $1,000 something dollars, and you keep buying and you keep switching to a new phone every single time that does the same exact thing that the last phone, the previous phone did. I'm recording this video on a 13 Pro. I just want to record on this because I feel like I don't really feel the need to buy a new phone or like to buy a new equipment. I might buy it later on if I really want to take YouTube seriously, like really serious. But right now I'm making videos because I like it. I like, you know, it's fun. It's fun, and it's something I can do on the side to just keep me busy. So I don't want to feel like I need to put myself in debt or like have to go out of my way to buy something I don't really need right now. So that's what a lot of people need to learn. It's like, don't buy things that you want. Buy things that you need, you know? Now, the wants, you can still buy something. I'm not saying you can't buy something that you want. Yeah, you can buy it, but make sure it's something that at least will last you for a while. I started learning like about like buying food and stuff. I buy a lot of food. I used to spend like, I think like $80 a month on fast food or like outside food. And I had to switch that up. I had to slow it down real quick. Now I'm down to like, I think $15, $20 because I cook at home now. I cook more at home now. I used to cook at home, but I cook more at home now. So a lot of people need to just learn to be able to be resourceful, be able to like know how to do things. Like, you know, if you see a type of food that you see online, you don't have to buy it online. You can just find out the recipe or like find the recipe for it and make it at home. You know, I made myself a jerk chicken Alfredo. First time, literally, randomly, I just made that and I felt proud of it. Why would I go outside and then go to like a restaurant just to look for a jerk chicken Alfredo when I could just make it at home for a fraction of the price?
If you're watching this and you are also in the same boat, like, you are not alone. This stuff is hard to navigate, and not a lot of people like talk about the realness about being in credit card debt or like even student loans. Like, I don't even want to think about like the student loans that I have and like my car loan. Like, that's another thing in itself. But if you're watching this all the way through, the one thing that I can say is that if you're going into 2025 with debt, specifically credit card debt, please make a plan to like get out of it, because I know I am, because I can't do it anymore. It's not cute anymore to just put it on the credit card or like I'll do some installment payments. It's not cute anymore. You're gonna continue these habits, and it's gonna take you so much longer to, one, pay for it, but two, unlearn those habits of impulse spending.
Honestly, I just want to say like 2024 has been a very big eye-opener for a lot of people when it comes to finances and when it comes to like life in general. So really, this new year, we're going into new year 2025, everybody should be able to know exactly what they're spending their money on and how to budget wisely and how to save. You know, I have some plans that I need to do in 2025, and it's going to cost money, but I'm going to learn how to be able to budget everything wisely. And yeah, so my advice to y'all is just, you know, watch what you spend. 2024 is gone. 2025 is here. All right. I hope everybody makes it through to 2025, and I hope that this incline of credit card or like any debt in general goes to a decline, because that's really what's ruling the entire country. It's debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, car debt, everything. I'm also one of them as well, so I plan on getting rid of everything next year. But yeah, so I hope y'all like the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to hit this party real quick. Y'all like the fit though? I don't know, I like the green, man. The green looks nice. But I'll catch y'all in the next one, okay? I'm going on the trip, so hopefully y'all see me after New Year's. But if anything, I'll just wish y'all a happy New Year. All right, stay safe out there, stay blessed, and peace.